My Hero All Justice released February 6, 2026, and the game is hitting that period where it's pretty much dying. But alas, don't worry, your boy Astra is here to cook up in a video about the next My Hero game. If you are new to the channel, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, stay notified when I upload as we get into today's video. Alright, so first I'm going to talk about the visuals for the next My Hero game, and I think the best way to go is All Justice because this game is fairly new and the visuals look pretty good, very close to the anime, and I think not only the cutscenes, but the in-game cutscenes, like, you know, you have the CGI cutscenes and you have the in-game cutscenes. I think the in-game cutscenes are very well made, very well put together. It actually shows a lot of emotion from those cutscenes and stuff like that. And then you have the CGI cutscenes that look close to like Storm level cutscenes. So I think this game visually should take the All Justice route because it's very appealing and very eye-catching. So with the gameplay with the next My Hero game, I think we should keep it at its core, All Justice, but we're gonna make some slight tweaks to the gameplay. So what I was thinking is that there are multiple My Hero games across mobile, console, and PC, depending on, you know, what your preference are. So I decided take the combat system from All Justice, right? And the rising system from All Justice. However, we are going to take the special attacks, basically the different quirk abilities from the strongest hero, because I feel like there's a lot of combo potential with that game. And for those who don't know what the strongest hero is, it was a mobile game that was kind of like All Justice before All Justice, except it didn't have like certain mechanics such as the chain, unblockables, and such. And the quirk abilities in the game were very explosive and very creative. Next, we're going to take YungAstraYT 2s plus Ultra 2s and we're going to lock them behind Rising Action. Now the reason why we're locking them behind Rising Action is because we already have the plus Ultra 1s as our ultimate, right, in our base form. But once we hit Rising, we get faster, stronger, and we can do crazy abilities. Now with the addition of we can use plus Ultra 2s to get that actual cinematic feel that was pretty much lacking in All Justice. And while we're at it, go ahead and add the team ultimates from YungAstraYT 2 because they also gave us that cinematic feel, and plus with the new season, like season 8 being out and stuff like that, and then this being a new game, we can also get some of those cool cutscenes like Bakugo, Best Genius, and Miracle teaming up against Shigaraki and shit like that. Like, I feel like that would be cool to add into this game. The previous My Hero games have all had great customization, but in this game I want to do something different. We're going to be taking a page out of Xenoverse and Rise of a Ronin, and we are going to give the player the option to create their own My Hero character. But you're not just creating one, you're also creating the villain of your story, which I don't think any other anime game has done this. Which is why I feel like My Hero should be the first to do it, because you already have an array of creative quirks. Let's get creative and make some villains. Now, when choosing between the quirks, it was kind of difficult, but I narrowed it down to like 8 different quirks, and they're all based around these characters: Shoto, Denki, Ida, Uraka, Kirishima, Mina, and Bakugo. Obviously, Shoto having 2 quirks, you can see why I made the judgment there. You can have 2 different quirks. But everybody else basically fits a playstyle that could be offensive, defensive, support, or technical. So I think that'll be a good mix-up. And plus, with the new types of abilities you can earn in the game, I feel like that'll be a more balanced way of giving people different abilities without something being too broken. And I bet you're wondering, Astra, how are you going to implement the abilities without a designated button for them like how they are in YungAstraYT or All Justice? Well, it's simple. You're going to have to equip them like in Shinobi Striker and Xenoverse 1 and 2. Well, Astra, how are we going to make our characters stronger? How are we going to learn newer abilities? Well, you're going to have a mentor after all. And I like to, segue this into the mentor feature. I think that Xenoverse and Shinobi Striker implemented the mentor feature pretty well. I think Xenoverse did it a little bit better. So the way you're going to train to get stronger is that you're going to work along with your mentor of your choosing with your specific quirk, and you're going to get stronger by learning different abilities, different things and stuff like that to improve the gameplay style. Yes, they're going to have default things that you can use to already enhance your experience with your character, but they're going to overwhelmingly give you more and more to choose from. And you can also earn skills for if you want to do another second run of the game with a different type of quirk style. Now we're going to be talking about the game modes. Now, if you remember the previous installments, they had a lot of offline content, but not that much of online content. So I decided to go ahead and basically give us the same shit, but more online content. In online mode, you're going to have your typical ranked and you're going to have your unranked. But I'm also going to throw in something from All's Justice, team up missions. Now, I think team up missions should have been an online mode in All's Justice, but that's just me. But the way I would do team up missions in this game would be, the missions will be based around the story of My Hero Academia. You'll tell it from the villain's perspective. You'll also tell it from the hero's perspective. They will also have movie versions of fights and stuff like that. And you get to experience it all with your created character. So think of it as basically parallel quests from Xenoverse 2, but with a My Hero feel. And it plays similar to Ultra Rumble, except you still have your same inputs as like you playing against somebody on ranked or PvP, or you playing in the story. When completing team up missions, you get money, cosmetics, new quirk abilities and stuff like that. You know, similar to how Xenoverse does it in Shinobi Striker. It'll be very similar to those games in that aspect, and it won't have the weak ass RNG that these games have. It should have better RNG in my opinion. But yeah, that's online content. You know, you're unlocking stuff, and you can also unlock characters from this mode. Like, I would say the kid versions of everybody that we know from My Hero. That way we can have a pretty stacked roster and not just have the adult versions that you're going to unlock via story. Next, we're going to have the arcade mode. Now, arcade mode was in All's Justice 1 and 2, but we're going to do a little slight change to it. Basically, it was like arcade mode was basically like they would give you 3 different routes, alpha, beta, and gamma, and they would give you 6 random opponents to fight. Another mode that was very well received in the game was mission mode. Different from the team up mission mode in All's Justice, this mode allowed you to select 3 characters. You would dispatch them into a level. They would gain cards and stuff like that and fight opponents with special rules. We're gonna keep that at its core, but I want to keep I want to make it more open. So basically, you're going to run. It's gonna be in an open setting, like an open world setting, and you're gonna run to each event, gathering bonuses and stuff like that, and also little cards that can help you. Basically, that can nerf you or buff you. So, for instance, there was one that said like, okay, you have 1 HP when fighting this guy, or Cammy is off the field. Stuff like that could change up the gameplay will be greatly needed and greatly wanted in this game. I think that would be fire. And now we finally made it to the story of the new My Hero game. Now, there's a lot of scenarios in which we could take, but I decided to go with one scenario that makes the most sense and that the series can expand upon within future movies and within like a new anime or some sorts. And that will be the quirk singularity. Now, the reason why I bring this theory up, is because that's what I want to base this game off of, the quirk singularity. Now, for those who don't know, quirk singularity was mentioned in My Hero Academia as quirks grow from generation to generation, they become stronger and stronger, one day leading to being a possible danger to people around them. And so I feel like this will be a darker story for My Hero to tackle, because you can have it to where the heroes are split up around different sections of Japan or around the world, where they have to get these certain quirk dilemmas under control, while the villains are seeking to take control of these quirks somehow and use it to conquer the world. And I feel like that will be fire. That will be a great story to tell, because Horikoshi can go the route of like, you enroll into UA, you become, he has like this class of students that are like learning at UA, and you get introduced to them and you become friends with them, and then you live out My Hero all over again, but with a new fresh coat of paint on it, because Deku's not the lead star anymore. Deku's out there trying to save the world and try to figure out what's going on with the Quirk Singularity, and now you take the role of the next world's greatest hero. And I feel like that will be poetic and that will be fire to do in this game. You also have stuff like getting your provisional license, getting your hero license, teaming up with other heroes, teaming up with like the previous cast of My Hero. Like, the possibilities are endless with this story, and I feel like that will be the best way to tackle it. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I've been Astra. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, stay notified when I upload, and see you in the next video. Peace.